Yadyapi samadhishu vidirapi pashyati natava nakagamarichi Dhamme chamini samyatavachuta tadapi tripatuta vichi Dhamme chamini samyatavachuta tadapi tripatuta vichi Krishna Deva Bhavanta Krishna Deva Bhavanta Krishna Deva Bhavanta Krishna Deva Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Madhava Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Gokulatharuni Mandalamahite Gokulatharuni Mandalamahite Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadayite Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadayite Damodara Rati Vardhanaveshe Hari Nishkuta Vrindavipineshe Damodara Rati Vardhanaveshe Hari Nishkuta Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadayite Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Vrishabhanudade Navashashileke Lalita Sake Gunam Ramita Vishake Vrishabhanudade Navashashileke Lalita Sake Gunam Ramita Vishake Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadayite Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadayite Vrishabhanuda Karunam Kurmai Karunabharite Sanaka Sanatanam Varnitacharite Karunam Kurmai Karunabharite Sanaka Sanatanam Varnitacharite Shri Rupa Sanatanam Varnitacharite Shri Rupa Sanatanam Varnitacharite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadayite Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadayite Gokulataruni Mandala Mahite Gokulataruni Mandala Mahite Gokulataruni Mandala Mahite Gokulataruni Mandala Radhe Radhe Jai Shri Radhe 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 Jai Shri Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Gaur Premanande, Jai Gaur Premanande, Jai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Giridhari Radha Lalit Madhav Ji ki Jai, Krishna Balaram Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga ki Jai, Paramaraditam Guru Padma ki Jai, Shri Satchidananda Thakur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai, Shri Harinama-cintamani ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. Now we're starting our class. Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Anandalilamaya Vigrahaya Mabadivacha Visundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Nityananda Namastubhyam Premananda Pradayane Kalo Kalmashanasha Jannavapataye Namaha Ajanulambita Pujo Kanakavadato Sankirtanaya Kapitaro Kamalaya Vishwambaro Dujavaro Jugadharma Palo Vande Jagatpriya Karo Karunavataro Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namaste. Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidanandanamine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Ruparnu Gavarayate Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. If you chant loud enough, then the wonder will come. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Here the wonder came, you see. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. First of all, my unlimited Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev. Nitila Prishta Om Vishnupada Stotra Sata Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Shiksha Gurudeva Om Vishnupada Stotra Sata Shimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj Shrimati Krishna Priya Thakurani. All Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, especially Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, the author of Sri Harinama-cintamani, the book we're going to discuss for 5 evenings. Also, dear devotees and friends in Crawley, down. So we'll try to make it Crawley up. Right. So, and those devotees who are watching us online, those devotees who are watching us in recording, those devotees who have night in their areas right now, so they're watching later. So it's a wonderful place, as Pran Prabhu said on the way here, like an ashram. So first time when I came here 1 year, 4 months ago, in February last year, I could understand it's a seminar place. First idea came into my mind, this is for seminars, because I have a special feeling for seminars. In the Russian-speaking area, we're giving them quite a lot. Some of them have 50 classes and more, several books, certain books. So today we're starting one of the fundamental books, especially useful for those who are just starting the process of chanting of the holy name, which is mantra yoga, which is the most important part of bhakti yoga, yoga of devotional service. So we were speaking yesterday, I think in Hastings also, that Nama, or the holy name, is Cintamani, the transcendental, wish-fulfilling gem. Cintamani. Cinta means desire. Whatever it is you have that desire fulfilled by the process of chanting. Nama Cintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Binna Tvam Nama Namino. This shlok is being quoted by Srila Bhaktivinoda, but I want to start from it because this shlok is called Nama Swarupa. By the way, it's good if you have pen and paper, because serious material, it's a seminar, good if you record. Anyway, later you can watch the recording and then record if you fail to do now, but it's very commended and recommended to have notes. So this shloka is called Nama Swarupa, Nama Cintamani. This holy name is the wish-fulfilling gem, because Krishna is also Cintamani. Krishna is wish-fulfilling gem. And his Nama, Rupa, Guna and Lila, name, form, quality and pastimes are identical. So our names are one thing, forms another thing, qualities something other, and pastimes, as many births, as many pastimes, are all different bodies, 8,400,000. But Krishna's form, Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities and pastimes are the same. So when one chants the holy name, if that person is spiritually advanced, then immediately Krishna is here with his form, qualities and pastimes immediately. And the holy name dances on that person's tongue, on that devotee's tongue. So that is actually our goal, to have Krishna dance on our tongue, and so that ecstatic symptoms of bhav, ecstatic emotions, develop in our bodies. That's why we sing Gauranga Bolite Habe Pulaka Sharira, one will my body tremble. Nayana Babinira, when the torrents of rain flow from my eyes as I chant the holy name. So how to achieve that? You have to study the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So last time when I was here, somehow or other we were also discussing the Leelas of Haridas Thakur, a great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And today we're starting listening the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being quoted, being discussed from Sri Haridas Thakur. So Sri Haridas Thakur was a great devotee. If you remember, he was of Muslim origin. And he was very devoted to the holy name Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We heard last time how the Muslim ruler, Qazi, was trying to kill him. He was beaten in 22 marketplaces. Still he said, Kanda Kanda Edeva Yadedi Pran Kabuyami Vada Nena Chari Harinam. You can cut my body into thousands of pieces, and Pran, my life air, will go, but I will never stop chanting Harinam. So the torturers of Srila Haridas Thakur said, oh, you cannot die. Oh, please, Haridas Thakur, please, give up your life. Because if you don't die, then you will be severely punished by Nawab and by Qazi, by the ruler and his representative. So, you please, oh, you want me to die? I'm such an impediment for you. Okay, I will die. So he immersed, devotee never dies. That same Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura said in his English poem that those reason ill who say that Vaishnavas die. They indeed forever live in sound. So Srila Haridas Thakur went in ecstatic trance, and according to Muslim traditions, he couldn't have been buried because of being Hindu, being spoiled. That's why he threw him in the Ganga. So the Ganges, Ganga Devi was very, very happy to touch the transcendental body of Srila Haridas Thakur and to cover him with her waters, and she was carrying him, and he was very blissful, ecstatic trance. Finally, somehow or other, his body found, he found himself on the bank, and again, as if nothing happened, stood up and started chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So then, the Muslims saw that he is a saint. Actually, Qazi said also, if you're a saint, then we will see. You will not die. If you're a saint, we will see that you're really a great personality. So they touched his lotus feet and begged for forgiveness. Imagine, and they were forgiven. So we have to become like Haridas Thakur. He is Nama Acharya, or the great teacher of the holy name, the great Acharya of the holy name, chanting of the holy name. He was chanting 300,000 holy names every day. It means basically almost 24 hours, let's say 20, 21 hours like this. And he was sleeping just a few hours. So many pastimes of Haridas Thakur, you can watch that recording of that meeting again. But today we will hear something which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was listening with great attention and great pleasure from the mouth of Srila Haridas Thakur. So in that same way, as if you remember, Ramananda Rai was speaking and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was listening, and Ramananda Rai was saying, I'm like a dancing puppet and you're a puppeteer. So actually what I'm speaking belongs to you. These are your conclusions, but I'm just like speaking doll. So I'm repeating your words and dancing according to your will. So in that same way, Haridas Thakur was very, very happy. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him to speak, every day Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visiting the temple of Jagannath. He could visit because he was Brahmana family, the temple of Jagannath in Puri. Helen, have you heard? Puri. But yes, Jagannath Puri. So huge temple of Lord Jagannath, which is actually timeless, standing from basically Satya Yuga, but anyway, the modern building was built. So But Haridas Thakur could not go to the temple of Jagannath because he was like Yavan, related to Muslims, so they want to allow him to enter. Allowing him to enter. So that's why Srila Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that Vaishnava doesn't belong to any of those social groups. Vaishnava doesn't have any material qualities. So to prove that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before visiting the temple of Jagannath, he was coming to visit Srila Haridas Thakur in his bhajan kutir, which is called Siddha Bakul. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there, first time, he miraculously put seed of bakul tree in the ground, and immediately the tree manifested from that seed. So that was a desire tree. So underneath that tree, Srila Haridas Thakur was sitting. There were no houses at that time; it was just a beach, and that was Haridas's bhajana kutir, means place of his devotional practice. So from that place, Haridas Thakur could see the chakra or the disc decorating the temple of Lord Jagannath's temple of Lord Jagannath. So chakra means this. So if you see chakra, it means you have the darshan of the deity. You see the deity. So it's the same. So Haridas Thakur was seeing the chakra on the temple, and he was worshipping Lord Jagannath that way, and then he was chanting. It is said that those who come to Bhajana Kutir of Srila Haridas Thakur, they chant one round, and it's equal to 1,000 of rounds chanted in any other place. That is the power of Srila Haridas Thakur. So Sri Chaitanya Prabhu was coming to him, and he was hearing the glories of the holy name. So we're going to dive into that nectar now. I found some other edition that we usually read. It has Bengali, so sometimes we'll be quoting Bengali. So in the introduction, Srila Bhaktivinoda is saying, this book is not an ordinary text. Only those in whom firm faith in Sri Chaitanya has appeared, who have taken shelter of the holy name and have faith in bhakti, are qualified to understand this book. So please don't think you're not qualified. We're all devotees, or beginning devotees. So we're hearing and we're putting our faith. Some of us just trying to chant. Some of us are chanting on a regular basis because we're initiated. So, and some of us have diksha, and we have, we try to chant more. We try to chant in a more quality way, with more feeling. So, Srila Bhaktivinoda is saying that amongst all the 64 limbs of Bhakti Yoga, the chanting is most important. And by the name, all perfection is attained by taking one pointed shelter of the holy name. One pointed shelter. It means no worshipping of any demigods, no Shiva worship, no Brahma worship, no Ganesh, Surya, Durga, etc. Only Shri Radha and Krishna and Sriman Mahaprabhu. It means we're not interested in any other processes, karma, jnana, yoga, tapasya. It means that we are putting pure bhakti, pure devotional service as our goal. So thus we will come to pure chanting gradually. So something he speaks about his biography already discussed that. So we're starting chapter 1, which is called Shri Nama Mahatmya Suchana, an introduction to the glories of the holy name. Shri Godrama Chandraya Namaha, all glories to the moon of Godrum, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, on the shore of the saltwater ocean, in a beautiful temple of Nilachal, the Nilachal means Jagannath, Supreme Person is descended in the form of a deity, Daru Brahman, and also he is present there in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the moving Brahman, moving Supreme Personality. In the form of a sannyasi, he has come to bring humanity the great treasure of the holy name, Yuga Dharma. Yuga Dharma means the main practice for this age, which is Kali, age of quarrel and hypocrisy. You must have heard about Kali Yuga, Helen, right? So only chanting is the method for this age. So, along with his intimate associates, he became like a wish-fulfilling tree and gave everyone Krishna Prema. He happily listened to topics about bhakti from the mouths of various devotees and taught this to the jivas with great care. So, in the biographies of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, we can hear him instructing devotees, but also we read that he was so eager to hear from devotees, especially Rai Ramananda we heard, and Srila Haridas Thakur, because Haridas Thakur is Namacharya, the great teacher of the holy name. One day, after bathing in the ocean, the Lord met Haridas at Siddha Bakul, at that Bhajan Kutir, where he was seated, and under Bakul tree, feeling great bliss, he asked sincerely, how can jivas be easily delivered? Please tell me, jivas, living entities, how can they be easily delivered? Grasping the Lord's holy feet with great feeling, great humility, with moist eyes and the hairs of his body standing on end, the broad-hearted Haridas continuously wept, saying, O Prabhu, your pastimes are extremely deep. I am most destitute. I do not possess a wealth of knowledge. Your feet are my only treasure. Tell me, O Prabhu, if you ask this question to such an unfit person, what will be the result? So this is natural humility, Haridas. He's repenting. He's saying, I'm of Mlechha origin, means very low class. What can I know? O Prabhu, you are the directly Krishna himself, O great one. In order to deliver the jivas, you have descended to Navadvip. Please be merciful. Please be kind. Oh, kindly protect me. Make my heart blossom with bliss. Your names are unlimited. Your many qualities are boundless. Your form is the ocean of bliss. Your pastimes are endless. Please show your mercy and allow this wretch to relish them. Haridas is the manifestation of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma, our Sampradaya Acharya. Above that, he is also a manifestation of Prahlad Maharaj. Yes. The son of the great demon Hiranyakashipu, who was a saintly person actually, and to whom Lord Nrisimhadev, half man, half lion, came to that boy Prahlad, 5-year-old, to protect him. So therefore, Haridas Thakur's devotion and stamina in the chanting of the holy name was just incomparable. So he was he's continuing to glorify Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are the transcendental son, and I'm so fallen. But anyway, he starts to speak Krishna Tattva. So first, in the introductory chapters, by the way, there are 15 chapters, and every day we'll have to try to cover 3 of them. So in the first chapter, introductory chapter, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Bhaktivinoda is discussing some philosophical principles. Before starting something, we have to know some philosophy about it. What is it? What is the holy name? What we're chanting? What is the process of bhakti? Like, we have to examine a little bit, but it's done parallel with the practice, and this discussion strengthens the practice. You know? That's why Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, biography of Lord Chaitanya, said, Siddhanta bole Chaitanya karo alas, helage Krishna hoite sudrida manas. Don't be lazy studying Siddhanta. Siddhanta means, Siddha means perfection, and Anta means conclusions. Conclusions about ultimate perfection means philosophy, basically. So don't be lazy discussing the conclusions of the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because that will make your mind closer to Krishna and firm. Closer to Krishna automatically means firm. If you're closer to Krishna, you become firm, because Krishna is the firmest. So you become firm in your practice. So Sudrida Manas, the mind. Mind is the problem. But when we discuss Siddhanta, we understand many things. And then we become naturally more firm, more qualified to practice. So Krishna is the source, sole controller of everything, possessing independent desires. With his eternal potencies, Krishna is supremely infinite. but also he is the repository of Shaktis, multifarious energies. Day before yesterday, in Hastings, we were discussing so much about philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I don't know if you were watching us, but there was a, how to say, accidental meeting for devotees. Nothing is accidental, actually. So we had a very good time hearing the conclusions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Siddhanta. So, Krishna is the supreme whole, supreme personality, and Krishna Shakti, Krishna Haite Nahaya Svatantra, Ei Shakti Say Krishna Kahe Veda Mantra. Krishna's potencies are innumerable, and they're never independent from him. Like the rays of the sun, you can see them now in abundance, sunny day. So, innumerable, but never separated from the sun. They're fully related from the sun. They're actually the energy of the sun. They bring the energy of the sun. So those potencies are Krishna identical. Shakti, Shaktiman, Adayad. Yes. So, but the holy name is Krishna himself. Krishna himself. It's a personality. That's why we're saying Nama Prabhu. Nama Prabhu. The Lord, how to say, in the form of the holy name. So, Krishna is infinite, and his potencies are his manifestations. His manifestations are unlimited, and Krishna is one. So Krishna displays many manifestations, and also those manifestations are absolute in the same way as Krishna is absolute. Krishna is absolute, his energies are also absolute, complete emanations from him. So now I have to take the cosmos. It's not an easy task to take the cosmos, but we'll try. Here's the small version. Okay. So you see, remember this? Okay, so many incarnations of Krishna. Here's Lord Ram in Ayodhya. Here are all incarnations in Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha. Vai means without, and Kuntha means miseries. Yes. Lakshmi Narayan in Vaikuntha. So, as many manifestations are there, as many holy names are there. So, Narada Muni, for example, the great spaceman, transcendental devotee, when he travels to Vaikuntha, he sings Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. And when he travels to Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan, and he sings Radhika Ramana, Radhika Ramana, Narad Muni Bhajaya Vina, Radhika Ramana Name. So he sings many different names and many different abodes. So in Vraja, in Vrindavan, there's Rasa Lila. Krishna is dancing with the gopis, headed by Radhika. And in Navadvip, the planet, Shvetadvip actually called, the planet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is just side by side with Golok Vrindavan, there is Sankirtan, means chanting of the holy name. Lord Chaitanya is eternally situated there in Shvetadvip, which is none different from Navadvip in our planet, and eternally engaged in Sankirtana, chanting of the holy name. So we have to know that devotees in this Sampradaya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sampradaya, when they go to spiritual world, they get two Swarupas simultaneously, two spiritual types of spiritual bodies, one in Krishna Lila, in Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan, and one in Navadvip, Shvetadvip, as associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So as more a devotee, particular devotee, have liking towards particular leelas, the more he's engaged in those leelas in spiritual world. How and when, we cannot understand now, because we're thinking from point A to point B, X, Y, Z, that's what we can understand. But there it's like this, just we have to have some theoretical information about that. So he is doing Sankirtana Lila. He's always chanting the names of actually himself. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahiyanya, none other than Shishi Radha and Krishna together. That is Krishna, covered by the bodily hue and the mood of Srimati Radhika. We were listening about this yesterday, and Helen was there, and I'm so happy that Helen came today, because today is actually a continuation of what was there yesterday. But we're discussing the teachings about Sri Chaitanya Prabhu's teaching specifically about the holy name. So all these incarnations are Vishnu Tattva. They belong to Vishnu category, means they are Krishna himself, distributed throughout the boundless space of the spiritual sky. And they're all personalities, but in spiritual sense, 1 minus 1 means 1, will be 1. 1 minus 1 will be 1. So Om Purnam Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnadadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. First mantra, introductory of Ishopanishad, is saying all of his manifestations are complete within each and every manifestation, complete within himself. And in the same way, please pay attention, the holy name is totally full and complete in himself, not itself, himself. Because Nama Prabhu, Prabhu means Lord. So here, the personality of Godhead is called Prabhu by the devotees, and the holy name is also called Prabhu. That's why when we chant, we have to chant very respectfully. Great Adhar. Adhar means respect. We have to be mindful, not to, how to say, be neglectful. When we have some minimum amount of rounds to chant in the morning, and we have to do that with great respect. Then put your beads and start your day in a very, how to say, auspicious way. So the atmosphere of the spiritual world is called Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva. Pure existence. Sattva means existence. Pure existence. Yes. And the atmosphere of material world is called Mishra Sattva. Mishra means mixed. Same root. Mishra means mixed. So mixed with the 3 qualities, Helen, you remember them. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Yes. Goodness, passion, ignorance. So this is mixed existence. The living entities of material world are covered with those qualities, usually. Either goodness is prevailing, or passion, or ignorance. Most commonly, there's a mixture of the three. But when the living entity gets purified by the path of spiritual upliftment, then the living entity becomes nirguna, means free from the 3 qualities. That is the qualification for the living entity to enter the realm of spiritual world, spiritual sky. So Krishna Govinda distributes himself throughout the spiritual world of those incarnations. Here's Lord Shiva, and also in material world he's present as Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu is a special incarnation, Purusha Avatara. When Krishna wants to create, experience his desire to create this world, and Purusha Avatara is there, and he glances upon the sum total of material energy, non-manifest sum total, and then through that glance, the innumerable jivas are evolving. Innumerable jivas are entering this material world, being attracted by material energy, which is very strong. So that is our history, or rather to say, prehistory, because history is something about karma, but that was before karma. So that's how we manifest it here. But when Krishna comes into material world, he commands Maya. He is not under Maya, under illusion. We're under Maya. That's why our Mishra, our Sattva, or our existence is Mishra, or mixed. But when Krishna enters here, same as the king enters the jail, he's never dependent on the laws of the jail, because he's actually the author of those laws. So Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods, they're situated also in mixed goodness. Indra was making so many mistakes. Once he made a mistake by pouring down so many let's say torrential rains upon Vrindavan, so much torrential rain upon Vrindavan. Brahma also made a mistake. He wanted to test Krishna if those cowherd boys and calves are real or not. I mean, if what the Krishna resurrection would be, etc. So they are mixed in their condition. So behind the river Viraja, which divides spiritual and material abodes, there's material world, and in each and every universe there are 14 planetary systems in which conditioned living entities live, 8,400,000 in number. So all those planetary systems, Burloka, Bhuvarloka, Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Brahmaloka, above Earth, and Atala, Sutala, etc., Talatala, Patala, those down. Yes. So Narakaloka is the worst. All those miscreants and sinners are being punished there. So, but because the jivas are inherently spiritual by nature, they possess independence. They're innumerable, and the goal is unlimited pleasure. Those jivas, those living entities who at the time of their manifestation turn away from Krishna, they fall into this material world. And those jivas who reside eternally with Krishna, they don't even know that there is material world full of misery. So here Srila Haridas is saying, all those jivas are actually your manifestations, and you have greatest love for them. So from our point of view, we are separated. This is the main principle. And from the point of view of Krishna, we are non-separated. Actually, we're both separated and non-separated, but from our point of view, have to know that we're not Krishna. So we're separated. That is our number one idea. It should be cultivated. But from Krishna's point of view, number one idea is they're my inseparable parts. So I have so much love for them. So Krishna comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically to attract those living entities to his beautiful holy names. And those names are himself, actually, Radha and Krishna. So for those influenced by the Maya potency who wish for temporary pleasures, they easily attain them by your mercy. Even Krishna gives mercy. So many ways to attain material pleasures. So, Shubha Karma, they do good activities. As a result, they go to heaven, they enjoy. Then they come down, back again. Some of them are doing some other processes. Like Jnana, for example. They want to achieve the knowledge of impersonal absolute, and some of them are doing yoga. They perform austerities in order to develop mystic powers, and also they're interested in Brahman, or impersonal absolute, most commonly. So, but in the life of a living entity, a great, great fortune may come. Kabuyadi sadhu sangi janiti se pare, ami jiva Krishna das, yaya maya pare. By association of sadhus, which can come by great fortune, one understands, I am the jiva who is Krishna's servant. I am the living entity who is Krishna's servant. Without the association of the saints, we cannot understand who we are. We're thinking we're enjoyers. But by the association of great devotee of Krishna, we have clear picture. He speaks just a few words. He said, listen, this is Ishvara, the Supreme Lord. This is Jiva, you. And this is a Maya illusion. So just turn away from Maya, come to Krishna. Easy philosophy, just a few words, and give some prasad. Dust from his lotus feet. That is his association anyway. What's that? Tina Mahabal. Bhakta Padaduli or Bhakta Padajal, Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha Tina Mahabal. There are three great substances which give devotion. Bhakta Padaduli, dust from the lotus feet. We ask one's Gurudev, what is the dust from lotus feet? And Gurudev said, follow his instructions. That is the dust of the lotus feet. Bhaktapada Jal means water which had washed lotus feet of a great devotee. Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha means devotees' food remnants. So these three things give devotion instantaneously. Instantaneously. That's why devotees are very greedy to receive them. Sometimes they steal them. They do all kinds of tricks in order to get them when Vaishnavas are not seeing. So that's all right. So, but bhakti then comes very, very, very quickly. So this is a great result. Great result is only achieved due to sukriti. Sukriti means devotional merits. Su means good. Kriti means activities. So those sukriti are of two kinds. Of three kinds. Three kinds. He's speaking of them a bit further down. Anyway, I'll mention them now. So in the three fields, karma, jnana, and bhakti. Karma means reward-seeking activity. Jnana means knowledge of the impersonal absolute, and bhakti means devotional service. So those sukritis, those pious merits achieved in the path of karma are called karma unmukh sukriti, and those achieved in the path of jnana means jnana unmukh sukriti, and those achieved in the path of bhakti are bhakti unmukha sukriti. You follow? So reward-seeking activity, if you do sukriti, means you perform some good activity. For example, you feed the orphans, or you dig wells, you plant trees, you open hospitals, you like this, charity. Or you'll become very rich, very educated, very beautiful, physically rich, etc., etc., well-known, etc., etc. So if you're jnani, then you go and you meditate on the absolute truth, or you try to understand what is the absolute truth by doing the negation neti, not that, not that, not that. Then you go towards bhakti, towards jnana, and you achieve some level of jnana unmukha sukriti. So next lifetime, you'll be given all facilities to cultivate your knowledge of the absolute, impersonal. But if you have some bhakti unmukha sukriti, if you have some devotional merits, consciously or unconsciously, agyata or gyata. So agyata, bhakti unmukha sukriti, may come when you meet devotees by chance. Just a nice person, you're charitable naturally, and you give some charity to a devotee. You help that devotee in the form of an old man to cross the street, or cross the river, and carrying his baggage, which has maybe some holy books, or some deity, etc. So you're carrying that. Very good sukriti. So then you give him a glass of water, and he is pleased with you, so he gives blessing like this. Or puts his hand on your head like this. Huge sukriti. This is enormous sukriti. This is like very, very, very good. So, like by chance, instead of $100, you were given 100 million. It's really so. It's pounds, okay, pounds. So, or consciously, if you do consciously, it's even better. You try to serve devotees. Recently we were in, Indian people know very well, recently we were in a restaurant in London. I don't know if those people are watching us, but they, in their blood, conscious collection of sukriti, like, oh, holy man, okay. They're serving like wholeheartedly, some of them. It was amazing. So they know the value of that. That's why consciously they do. So Bhakti Unmukha Sukriti. Gyata, Agyata. Actually, three types same together. Gyata means conscious, Agyata, unconscious. So, one interesting point Sri Haridas Thakur is mentioning here. Thinking of the benefits of those who travel on these paths, you have created the path of indirect bhakti. So this is indirect bhakti. Direct bhakti, a person has no sukriti to perform. But obtaining sukriti is actually indirect bhakti. Indirect bhakti. A person performs karma. He has, for example, I don't know, some car, and he gives a lift. Some people, nice people. And one person is a saint, like real saint. And for somehow or other, he had no vehicle on that day. And that person just gave a lift incidentally. So that's indirect bhakti. A person has nothing to do with devotion. He gives. So this is called agyata sukriti. Next time that person, which actually becomes like a beginning devotee by that, he will be interested in the subject matter of the speech of that same devotee had given a lift. Like this. So, by the power of his sukriti and mercy of devotee, a jnani can easily attain shraddha and exclusive bhakti. So, a karmi, a jnani, understand the those who engage in reward-seeking activity and those who are engaged in cultivation, impersonal knowledge, impersonal absolute, can, by dint of bhakti and mukha sukriti, obtain bhakti, provided they are not offensive towards devotion and devotees. So that's a block which could prevent their path. But if you're just innocent, like recently in Wales, we met one lady in a big meeting. She was a Buddhist, working in a Buddhist center. But well, when I was talking to her, I could understand she's not like a 100% follower of Buddhist Siddhanta conclusions. So she was very open. And she was listening to everything she was listening. A comparative analysis of Bhakti and Buddhism, she was listening to very nicely. She took everything, So such people are open. So, O most compassionate Lord, this is all your mercy. So direct and indirect paths are all the mercy of the Lord. So, regarding the holy name of the second chapter, we'll see how people can create sukriti by accidental chanting. So, to drop certain things here. Yes. So, by the inconceivable mercy, you gave this path, Kali Yuga people, and you yourself descended along with the holy name. So, not only the holy name, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself came chanting the holy name. That's like most amazing double mercy, inimitable mercy. So, we're coming to chapter 2 now, which is called Nama Grahana Vichar, deliberation on chanting of the holy name. So by very great fortune, a living entity starts chanting the holy name. This is like a new birth. Even if you chant a little bit, if you're just trying to chant, this is already sort of transcendental birth. What to speak of the fact that you're accepted by a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master. So, with great prema, Haridas, while speaking about the glories of the holy name, wept, and with love Gaurachandra, Sri Chaitanya, embraced him. The Lord said, "Where is there another devotee like you? You know all spiritual truths, and you are always beyond the influence of Maya. You descended here and appeared in a low family, showing everyone that it is not by wealth, respect, birth in a high family, or through mundane virtues that one is capable of connecting with Krishna. Not at all." Haridas at least was a human. But Garuda is a bird, yes. Yes, Hanuman is a monkey, etc. So many pure devotees are having bodies lower than human, and in human also some are demons, like Prahlad, from a demon, Vibhishan, brother of Ravan, was always devotee of Ram, etc. You understand Nama Tattva, you understand the truth of the holy name, O Haridas, that's why I'm eager to hear from you. If the holy name, so Srila Haridas Thakur is saying, if the holy name comes from someone's mouth even once, he is a Vaishnava. Indeed, a householder should endeavor to respect him. The person from whose mouth one hears the constant chanting of holy name is a great Vaishnava. The abode of all good qualities. And the highest Vaishnava is that in whose presence one experiences the great desire to start chanting. So he is the great, great devotee. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this Siddhanta, very, very important. So it's one of the explanations of who is a Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam. Kanishta means beginning devotee, Madhyam means medium, and Uttam means highest. So one who has chanted once with feeling like, oh, Krishna, like this. He's like a young brother. Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta dikshasti chet pranati bishcha bhajanta misham shushrusha nanda vanya indeti sandalabdya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying Rupa Goswami is saying in Upadeshamrita that if one chants the holy name, chanted the holy name once, he's like a small brother. We should respect, but with feeling like, Krishna. Okay, so like devotee, say devotee. But we don't offer obeisances. But to those who always chant, who have spiritual initiation, we offer obeisances. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. Every morning after Arati we chant that mantra and offer Vaishnavas pranam. So please tell me, O Haridas, how will the jivas take the holy Krishna name, Krishna Nam, the holy name of Krishna? How will they take? Please tell me. So Haridas Thakur starts to speak. Harinam, the holy name, is like a touchstone, Cintamani. It's beginningless and fully spiritual. Krishna himself in his holy name are one tattva, one truth. The holy name is the form of pure consciousness. Its nature is that it is always liberated. Nama-cintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta. We started to discuss this verse at the beginning, but somehow or other got diverted. So again, this verse is coming. Nama-cintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha, fully pure, Nitya Mukta, always transcendental. Bhinnatvam Nama Namino, no difference between the name and the possessor of the name. We have to know. So Krishna Vastu, the disposition of Krishna, is understood through his four natural attributes, Nama, Rupa, Guna, and Lila, Karma, his set activities. We were already discussing this. So they're identical. Right? Krishna possesses 64 qualities. So we also possess 50 qualities. Usual, like normal jivas of this world, 50 qualities of Krishna, but to a minute degree. Krishna has 64. Jivas have 50. For example, beauty we have to a certain degree. Then demigods like Lord Shiva, 55 qualities. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, to a certain degree. Then Lord Narayan and his different manifestations, Vaikuntha, 60. And 4 qualities belong to Krishna. What are they? Rupa Madhuri, the beauty of his form. Lila Madhuri, the beauty of his pastimes. Prema Madhuri, the beauty of his love. And Venu Madhuri, the beauty of his flute play. So these 4 qualities belong to Krishna alone. So about these things Haridas Thakur is speaking. So when Krishna appears as a person, or the holy name appears on the tongue of a pure devotee, that's a full manifestation of Krishna with all of his 64 qualities. So that is Nama Swarupa, which is also Krishna Swarupa. So the form of Krishna and the sound of the holy name, Krishna himself. So theoretically, So right now, we understand that only theoretically and cannot feel, at least I am just trying to start to move towards development of that feeling. But Srila Rupa Goswami also in Upadeshamrita is saying, Sinama Rupa Charitari Siddhapya Vidya Pito Pataptara Sanasya Naro Chikano Kintwada Radana Didamkala Saiva Jushta Telamula Hantri. Our tongue is afflicted by jaundice disease. When you're afflicted by jaundice, then the bile in your body flows everywhere. You become yellow. And you lose the taste. You cannot feel the taste. Only you feel bitter taste. So that's our condition. The names of Krishna, transcendental names of Krishna, are like lozenges. They're very sweet. But because our tongue is afflicted by jaundice, we don't feel the sweetness of the holy name. That's why we chant and we're thinking, I want to go to sleep. And when's the breakfast? Like this. So, jaundice, jaundice. But the doctor, Sri Guru is doctor, gives gives the remedy, medicine. That is lozenges. Lick the lozenges anyway. But I'm feeling they're bitter. Lick anyway, please. Do lick. Every day you have to take the medicine. So by constant licking, constant chanting, then disease gradually goes and you start feeling the sweet taste. You start feeling the sweet taste. So in that same way, so the jiva becomes purified by chanting the holy name. When jiva obtains complete purity, then the cognizance of Krishna's lila comes into the jiva's heart, and the jiva, living entity, also gains the knowledge of her position. That is called Svarupa Siddhi, or knowledge of one's spiritual body. Then the names, forms, qualities, and activities of pure jiva are all one. Such jiva is pure, and her nama, rupa, guna, lila is also one. Now our name, form, qualities, or pastimes are different. But when we become completely pure, when our spiritual body manifests in full, then our name, forms, qualities, and pastimes will be same as Krishna's. So we'll become eternal associates. Amongst the four ways of understanding you, your name, form, qualities, and pastimes, your name is foremost. This is accepted everywhere. Your name alone is a dharma, means the most important means for achieving success for devotees. And also, all the totality of Krishna's pastimes are realized through the chanting. Harinama-tuva aneka swarupa. Remind tomorrow we will sing this song. Or maybe at the end will be arati. So, there are three levels of chanting of the holy name. Attention, attention. You might have heard them, or you must have heard them, most of you. But there are three levels of chanting of the holy name. The first one is the offensive chanting. Nama aparad. Well, apparatus we'll start discussing tomorrow. But today we'll start hearing about anarthas. Anarthas means non-desirable things, yes. Huh? Yeah, qualities, yes. So, the holy name, pure holy name, is like the sun. And the sun is sometimes visible, sometimes not. It was just visible just now we cannot see. Because the sun is blocked by the clouds. Very much thick clouds, obscured, completely obscure the sun. So that is called nama abhas, or shadow of the holy name, nama abhas. Abhas means semblance, actually, but technically called shadow. So, and when the name is chanted completely purely, then that is Shuddha Nam. Shuddha Nam. Pure holy name. You must have heard this before, right? You have? Yeah, so Nama Aparat, Nama Abbas, and Shuddha Nam. Now, Nama Abbas are also of two kinds. Nama Abbas, the semblance of the holy name. The semblance of the holy name pronounced with faith, called Shraddha Nam Abbas. Shraddha Nam Abbas. Shraddha means with faith. And semblance of the holy name Nam Abbas pronounced without faith, Ashraddha Nam Abbas, without faith. So, in case that Shraddha Nam Abbas, or holy name pronounced with faith, is there, all karma disappears completely from a person's heart. We're speaking about that just before we really go deeply. But you remember these three, yes? Nama Aparat, remember? Nama Aparat means the offense of the holy name. The 10 Nama Aparat is 10 offenses to the holy name. And then Nama Abbas, Abbas means semblance. When the holy name is blocked by anarthas, some undesirable qualities, Nama Abbas. So those undesirable qualities or anarthas are 16 in number. We'll just examine them today at the end. And Shuddha Nam is pure holy name. So Nama Aparad, Nama Abbas, and Shuddha Nam. Everybody remembers that? Okay. Lavanya, you remember this. Okay. So Krishna has unlimited holy names. Some of them are primary, some of them are secondary. Primary names are called Mukhya, and secondary names are called Gona. So those names are pertaining to Krishna's sweetness, like Vrindavan Chandra, Nanda Nandan, Nanda Kumar, Yashoda Kumar, Yashoda Nandan. Especially showing his connection with the gopis, Gopinath, Radhanath especially. So they are Mukhya, primary, especially Gopinath, Radhanath. And Krishna, Govinda, Gopal, all those. So they are filled with sweetness. And those names having in common with the creation of this material world are secondary. So they're called Gona. Such as Jagannath, Vishwanath, Jagatkarta means the creator of all the universe, Paramatma, super soul, like this. So these names are related to the material world. He's the creator, he's the maintainer, destroyer, Srishtikarta, creator, Paramatma, indwelling monitor, Brahma, expansive, Stitikara, the maintainer, Jagat Samharta, annihilator of the world, Pata, the guardian, Yageshwara, the lord of sacrifices, Hara, the remover of sins. So these names mostly are used by people in Karmakanda and Jnanakanda, those who want material results and those who want knowledge of impersonal absolute. So the primary names of Krishna are used by devotees mostly. Some impersonalists or karmis also use. Say a person lives by the temple of Govinda in Jaipur, but he's a complete karmi. And he comes to the temple just to fulfill his material desires. Anyway, he chants Govinda, Gopal, but different intentions. So he chants primary names, but covered by qualities of tamas rajas. That's why his chanting is not pure, but the names are primary though, so he gets also sukriti by that. So the Nama Abbas, which is pronounced with Shraddha of faith, fully frees the jiva, living entity, from all material contamination, fully. Material contamination is basically represented as karma. But when one chants Nama Abbas one time, one Krishna one time, then all karma disappears. Well, there's a nice chart actually. I can send to you later. There are 4 types of karma. Madhurika, you heard this Siddhanta, 4 types of karma. As Jiva enters this material world, first, ignorance covers the Jiva. That is called avidya. 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 Vidya means knowledge. Avidya means no knowledge. So, ignorance. Yes. So Jiva thinks, oh, ignorance is bliss. It's good. And goes towards it. So then what? The Jiva contemplates the objects of material sense enjoyment, material objects. And Jiva thinks, that's mine, I want. So it's called bija, or sinful desire comes. Bija. Bija means seed. So seed is sinful desire. That is called bija. So very nice chat I'll send to you into a chat after this class. So then, papa, the actual type, the actual act of sin comes. Sin in Sanskrit will be papa, papa, papaji, papa, as the father of material world now, papa. Okay, so yes. So then, as a result of sin, the jiva has to pay. You have to pay, otherwise the nature is not working. So as a result of sin, aprarabdha or unmanifested reaction comes into existence. Aprarabdha. So it will be fruitified next lifetime. Now we go to a pub, we drink, we do nonsense, and then we'll have to be born in a low family, have a low association as the result in the next lifetime. It's like a rough example. There are many, many, many types. Karma is multifarious. So aprarabdha, then prarabdha, it becomes fruitified. In the next lifetime, you get nose like this because you broke someone's nose. Then you get one eye because you broke someone's eye, like this. Yeah. So you went out with some other's wife, then somebody takes your wife this lifetime. Hare Krishna. Anyway, so these are just examples. So this is called prarabdha karma. As a result, arrow goes suffering, suffering, suffering. And the other arrow goes towards kutam, means sinful disposition. So these 4 types, which leads to another bija, another sinful desire. Sinful disposition brings sinful desire. So a baby is born already with certain kuta, means sinful disposition. A baby is born, and from the age of 5, starts using bad language, for example, or starts watching something, which is actually not for him, but from previous, it comes. Once, one couple, devotees, my old friends, they were childless. She couldn't bear a child, so they took a child from orphan's house. Nice boy, but then, nice, but then 12, 13, and real nature comes up. So the boy became like terrible, awful, So as a result, the devotee had heart attack. The father, the foster father, heart attack, and they were waiting, like according to law, they cannot do anything. So, okay, but when he turns like 18, then they officially reject, like, okay, we don't want to know him. But before that, they're foster parents. They have to do it. Situation was dead end, But you see, the real nature came. So anyway, what I want to say, when you chant Nama Abbas at the level of ruchi, means pure taste for the holy name, this is like madhyam level, you say Krishna, then you become karma free. So all these 4 destroyed. And the proof is the conclusions of our Guru Parampara. Srila Rupa Goswami has written Namashtaka, 8 verses glorifying the holy name, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura wrote a song for each in his Gitavali. So, another third, I think, verse of Namashtaka is saying about Namabas Yad Brahma Sakshat Kritinishtayapi Vinasham Ayati Vinana Boga Paiti Namas Puranena Tatti Prarabdha Karmeti Viroti Veda. This is fourth verse, yeah. Prarabdha Karma. Even Prarabdha Karma means sinful results which are already fruitified cannot be destroyed even by processes of karma and jnana and yoga and tapasya. By the holy name can be destroyed very easily. And once Srila Haridas Thakur was proving this in one assembly, and we were listening to this probably last time, and there was one Gopal Chakravarti, one Brahman in the assembly, who said, this sentimental Vaishnava is saying that if you chant Nama Abhas, the shadow of the holy name, only one time, then you destroy all of your karma. Where has he taken it from? People are performing jnana, yoga, for lifetimes and lifetimes and cannot neutralize their prarabdha karma. And this sentimental devotee is saying that if this is so, then let your nose fall off, he's saying. If this is not so, then your nose will fall off. So in a few days, his own nose fell off because he got a what's that disease? Not jaundice, but no, leprosy. He got leprosy. He got leprosy, and his nose, which was like a sesame seed, fell off. Because that was so, he lost that debate completely. So Srila Haridas Thakur was glorifying even the shadow of the holy name. So yes, we're returning. What to speak of? But Ashraddha Namabhas. Ashraddha means being pronounced without faith. So there are 4 types of Ashraddha Namabhas. 4 types. Means holy name pronounced uttered without faith. Ashraddha Namabhas. So you remember the story of Ajamil. You remember Ajamil, whose name was Narayan. He was playing with his son. He was a very sinful person. Actually, he was a son of a Brahmana. But then he met a prostitute, He saw in the forest a pair of, Shudra and Shudrani. Shudrani was prostitute, completely drunk. He fell in love with her, couldn't forget her, found her, left his parents, married her, and had 10 children from her. In order to support that sinful lady, all the family, he was stealing, he was killing, he was doing all types of awful activities. And last son was named Narayan anyway. Some holy man came home, and he said, the prostitute accepted him. Please have a seat, Vedic culture. Please have some water. You have a little son. Does he have a name? No. Call him Narayan. Sadhu said, and went. So the name was Narayan. So Ajamil was always chanting Narayan, 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 Narayan. That was what? Namabhas. Shadow of the holy name, without faith. Or Sanketya. Sanketya means indicating something else. So, as a result, Ajamil, when he was dying, he was 88 and having still a little son. So when he was dying, the 4 Yamadutas, the servants of the Lord of Death, came to pick him up. You sinful husband of a prostitute, now we will take you to our master. So since he was performing so many sins with his body, mind, and words, so 3 awful Yamadutas, servants of the Lord of Death, came with the dreadlocks, with the tusks, red mouth, yellow eyes. We'll grab, and the noose was ready, to drag him down such and such yojans, many yojans, to hellish planets, Narakaloka. But then 4 shining personalities all of a sudden stopped them. Don't touch Ajamil. Ajamil belongs to us. Those were the 4 Vishnu-dutas, the servants of Lord Vishnu, having the same attributes as Lord Vishnu. The conch, the club, lotus flower, and memory falls off. Lotus flower, conch, chakra, and the disc. Okay, so they stopped Vishnu-dutas. They stopped Vishnu-dutas. Why are you stopping us? We're bringing this sinner to our master. You don't know what sins he had performed. That doesn't matter anymore, because he uttered the name of our master, Narayan. He was shouting, calling his son, because he was afraid of the three Yamadutas. Narayan, Narayan. So Lord Narayan heard him. That's the reason why Indian people call their children the names of the Lord and his energies like Radha, Lakshmi, etc. So he was pertaining to his son, he was having in mind his son, but actually he was calling the Supreme Lord. That's why Indians clever, they open shops, Radha travels, Krishna sweets, like this. People think about traveling, people thinking about sweets. They're not thinking of Radha and Krishna, but they say Radha, Radha, Krishna, Krishna anyway. So that's called Sanketya. Sanketya means indicating something else. So as a result, he came back from the servants of death back to his body. He left everything. Oh, I'm a husband. Oh, prostitute, I'm such a sinful man. He went to the holy place of Prayag, and there he was repenting. And finally, when his chanting became pure, then the transcendental airplane came from Vaikuntha planets and took him to spiritual world, like this. So he became perfected devotee. He's eternally there. When we were in Prayag, I'm sorry, not Prayag, Haridwar. So when we were in Haridwar, Gurudev was remembering that. Oh, that's the place where Ajamil was doing his repentance, his bhajan. So he was taken by the servants of Vaikuntha to the eternal world. So this is called Sanketya. Then Parihasya. Oh, they said, the servants of Vishnu-dutas said to the Yamadutas, Sanketyam Parihasyam va Helanam Stobam Helanam eva Vaikuntha Nama Grahanam Asheshaga Haram Vidu. Sanketyam Parihasya means jokingly. Children say Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Rama, Rama. Joking, no problem. So very good result. What good result? Asheshaga Haram Vidu. Ashesha means unlimited amount of sins nullified. People are sitting at beer outside, and the Hare Krishna procession is coming. Oh, Krishna Rama, with cup of beer, bottles of beer. I remember in Rath Yatra in Berlin, people were dancing with beer bottles. Right, but there are Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Rama. You see, amazing amount of sins nullified. So then, Sanketyam Parihasyam Stobam Helanam. Stobam means musical performance or theatrical performance. A theater plays Narada Muni. Narada Muni. An actor may be, not so much religious, maybe even a communist. Who knows? Bengali, who knows? But he has Sika like this, Narada Muni, and he says, according to the script, he has to say Narayan, 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 Narayan. Narada Muni comes in and says, Narayan, 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 Narayan. So amazing amount of sins nullified. And then Helanam neglectfully, but not offensively. That's the difference. If you're offensive, oh, your Krishna is like this. That is bad. That is offense. But if you say, what your Keshta, even Keshta is, Bhaktivinoda is giving this example. Or grandmother, coming to, oh, again you're going to your Krishna, So she's saying, what's your Krishna? What about your Krishna? So neglectfully, but it's very good. Or please say Krishna. Mommy, please say Krishna. I don't want to say your Krishna. Again, you're getting me with your Krishna, like this. So neglectfully, but the result is great. So many things here, but we're studying. We have to start. We have still 15 minutes, so we're starting third chapter, which deals with Namabhas proper. It is called Namabhasa Vichar, deliberation of Namabhas. So Haridas Thakur finished speaking and fell in full obeisances, full prostrated obeisances before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised him up. He said, "Listen to my words, Haridas. Now explain Namabhas clearly. What is the shadow of the holy name? Semblance of the holy name. One who understands Namabhas will attain Shuddhanam." We have to understand. Why do we try to understand these things? Without understanding Namabhas, we will never attain Shuddhanam. We have to understand these tattvas. That's why Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura in Jaiva Dharma, finishing second part, the Abhidaya, second part, he's finishing with Nama Tattva. That is most important, because Nama is filled with Rasa, and then he starts explaining Rasa actually, starting from third part, Rasa is there. So, through the attributes of the holy name, a jiva can easily be delivered, Mahaprabhu is saying. So, then Haridas started speaking. "Oh, today I'm most fortunate. Sri Chaitanya will hear topics about the holy name from my mouth. Krishna and the jiva are master and servant. Maya is characterized by gross matter. When one does not know this, he lives under the shadow of ignorance." Like some devotees, may be reading this and they were thinking, "Oh, we've heard about these things millions of times. Again, same." No, not again, not same. Repetitia est mater studiorum. It's Latin saying. Repetition is the mother of studies. So, this is not just studies, this pertains directly to our devotional life. We have to try to understand these tattvas, hearing them again and again and again. So the anarthas, anartha, an means no, not none, and artha means important, having value. Artha means value. So something having no value. So these are obstacles. So they are actually 16, and they're like clouds blocking the sunlight. Anarthas exists until the living entity knows sambandha tattva, or the knowledge of relationship with Krishna. So this term is very important. Sambandha means relationship. That is the substance Sri Guru puts into our heart. Sambandha, knowledge of relationship. The English word bind has its place in the root. Sambandha, something which is binding us, means joining us with Krishna. So there are three sides of that triangle: Ishvara, Jiva, and Maya. Supreme Lord, living entity, and illusion. So in theistic religions, it's also common in Christianity. Oh man, come to God. Don't go to Satan like this. Don't go to illusion like this. So they understand. Come to Krishna. So we have to come to Krishna and turn away from Maya. Basically, that's the philosophy. But so far the clouds are there. When Shraddha is in the feet of when Jiva, the living entity, has Shraddha, means faith, in the feet of a genuine Guru, the Jiva first receives the proper understanding of Sambandha Jnana, the knowledge of relationship. That Sambandha Jnana is given by Sri Guru at the time of initiation. Sri Guru says, Jiva, he says, he gives Divya Jnana. Divya means transcendental, and Jnana means knowledge. Di and Ksha, two parts. Diksha, Diksha means second initiation, right? So Diksha has two parts. Di means Divya Jnana, transcendental knowledge, which consists from Sambandha principle, the relationship. The Guru gives you a relationship. So this Di has two parts. What are they? First one, Bhagavat Swarupa Jnana, the knowledge of your Lord. Who is your Lord? Are you to worship Jagannath? Are you to worship Lord Narayan? Are you to worship Dwarakadish Krishna, Mathuresh? Are you to be worshipping Vrajendra Nandan Shyamasundar? Oh, that's good. If yes, with whom? Who is next to him? Sridham Subal? Maybe. Nanda Yashoda, treating him as little son. Or the gopis of Braj, great damsels of Braj. So, what is the relationship Sri Guru gives? Depending on your internal tendency of the heart. So Sri Guru sees that and he's giving that. Therefore, Sri Guru gives the second part of this D, which is Bhagavat Sambandha Vishesha Jnana. Bhagavat Sambandha Vishesha means specific type of relationship of you and between you and Krishna. Bhagavat Sambandha Vishesha Jnana. Yes, Bhagavat Sambandha Vishesha Jnana, the knowledge of specific relationship you have with Krishna. So Shri Gurudev was saying phenomenal things at initiation. He was saying, today I am the father, and mantra is the mother. I'm taking your hand and putting your hand into the hand of Krishna. You remember? So that is what Sri Guru does. So as a result, Jiva gets Sambandha Gyan. Thus, Jiva can become Kanishta Adhikari, means beginning devotee. Without this knowledge, Jiva even cannot become Kanishta. Even though there's no understanding. Who is my Lord? What am I doing? Where am I going? You know, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, good. But no understanding, that's why no development. You have to really have a ticket in your pocket. Where are you flying? You know? Well, I'm flying any plane anyway. Hare Baba. This is too abstract, not clear. There has to be direction. So this is called Sambandha. So, 16 anarthas. Yeah, we'll just have a look at actually Bhajana Rahasya. Because here also in Harinama-cintamani they're mentioned, but somehow are mentioned 3 types. But Bhajana Rahasya gives 4 types, which are given in also some Sandarbhas of Goswamis, Jiva Goswami. So the first type is called Swarupa Brahma. Swarupa Brahma means illusion about the real identity. So this is first group. Jamuna, you remember them. The first group is Swarupa Brahma. So 4 groups of 4. 4 times 4, 16. 16 types of anarthas. So Swarupa Brahma, and second group of 4, Asat Trishna, hankering for that which is temporary. Now third group of 4, offenses, aparat. And the fourth group of 4, weakness of heart, Hridaya Durbalyam. Hridaya Durbalyam. So now the 4 elements of each group we'll discuss. So first one is Swarup Brahma. BHR, Brahma, Swarup Brahma. So the first one is Jiva Swarupa Brahma. You don't understand your position as a living entity, Jiva Swarupa Brahma. Then Paratattva Brahma, second, you don't understand the position of Supreme Lord. Like you think, oh, he's impersonal absolute, or you think, oh, he's Lord Shiva, or you think, oh, he's Narayan, or not clear who he is. Or any god is Tatanat Tatipat, as they say, as your liking is, or your path is. You like Kali, okay, Kali. You like Shiva, so Shiva. It's like this, not clear. So this is called Paratattva Brahma. Sadhya Sadhana Tattva Brahma. Not understanding what is the goal and what is the path. Sadhya means goal, sadhana means path. So Sadhya hyphen sadhana hyphen tattva hyphen brahma. And the fourth one, bhajana virodhi vishaya brahma. Bhajana hyphen virodhi vishaya hyphen virodhi hyphen vishaya hyphen brahma. Doctrines other than Vaishnavism oppose bhajan, cause bewilderment, especially impersonalism, Mayavada, attachment to that. You may be chanting Hare Krishna, and then all of a sudden, impersonalist, Ramana Maharishi, this, that. So this is called something which is not connected to pure devotion, so have attraction to that. Okay, Madhurika Purushottam, you ready? So the next group is Asat Trishna, means worthless attachments, some desires for material things. So first one, desire for objects in this material world. Second one, desire for heavenly planets. The third one, desire for mystic powers. And the fourth, desire for liberation. So these four types of Asat Trishna. Then Aparadha, the third group. Aparadha means offense. That also belongs to anarthas, undesirable things. But aparadha goes like a separate category, and we'll start deliberating upon them tomorrow. So aparadha is four types. First type, nama aparadha, name, offense of the holy name, 10. Then offenses to Krishna's deity, seva aparadha, there are 32, I think, 32. Then Dhamma aparadha, holy Dhamma, abode of Krishna. Offenses to that which belongs to Krishna, Govardhan, Ganga, Yamuna, holy name. And the fourth, Jiva aparadha, or the offenses towards ordinary living entities. So, only devotees I should respect, and those karmis, so obnoxious, so the demons, I hate them, like this. This is Jiva aparadha. Don't hate them, just if they're real demons, okay, ignore. Don't wish them bad, okay, just ignore. Yes, cruelty to animals, all those things. Should not be cruel to anyone. Should not be hating anyone. It's fanaticism. So this is number 3. And number 4, group, which is really very, very difficult to overcome, that is Hridaya Daurbalya, or weakness of the heart, Hridaya Daurbalya. So there are 4. The first one is called Tuccha Asakti. Tuccha means empty, Asakti means attachment. Attachment to worthless objects, unrelated to Krishna. Many, many types. The second one, Kuttinati, means hypocrisy and deceit. Diplomatic behavior, hypocrisy. So, ku means bad, and na means what is forbidden. So, one poses as a sadhu, but remember how Ravana kidnapped Sita. He came as a sadhu. Came as a sadhu Maharaj, and Sita was within that circle left by Lakshman. But Sadhu Maharaj, Ravana, started saying flattering words and, oh, I actually cannot come. I'm so fallen. I mean, I cannot come. So she took pity of him and came out of the circle and got kidnapped. Here you go. So this is like Ravana Sadhu is classical example of this Kutinati. And envy, Matsarya, number 3. Oh, that devotee came yesterday, and in 1 year he made such an advancement, and I'm practicing 20, 30 years, and I have to give him something, some impediments. I have to put some chili into his sweet, Okay, so, and pratishta, swapratishtha, lala, so desire for name and fame. Sometimes I heard when book distribution was so big, temple presidents were taking 3% from that. I heard of temple presidents which were changing cars every 2 weeks. Temple, for Krishna's sake, So taking 3% from book distribution, So swapratishtha. So these anarthas are very, very difficult to overcome, but very, very necessary. So through namabhas, you can attain so many things, but not Krishna prema yet. For Krishna prema, you need pure holy name. Pure holy name. Pure holy name. So by namabhas, you can attain even a liberation, and Shastra states, specifically in Kali Yuga, it's so powerful. So we have discussed types of namabhas already. It's going here. So we have to know namabhas and Shuddhanam. We heard about that today. Tomorrow we'll hear about Namaparad, or the 10 offenses to the holy name. Also, we'll finish discussing namabhas. There are many points to cover, but now time is getting finished. So, Shri Harinama-cintamani ki jai, Sachinananda Thakur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Shri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga ki jai, Paramaradinam Guru Pad Padma ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. If you have any questions, most welcome. And tomorrow we'll continue. There's a lot of Siddhanta here, not so easy to listen. That's why good if you take notes in your, what's it called, notes, what to say, your mobile. So no questions. Radhe Radhe. So all devotees are invited to join the seminar. If not coming to Transcendental Crawley, which must be up, then please join our broadcasts. And now we will sing Gaurarati, isn't it? Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.